another each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon, my fellow trudgers, trudgies, and trudgers. I'm making stuff up. Happy Monday. Monday. You know what's best about Monday? It's a new week to do new stuff. That's what's great about Mondays. Happy day, Michelle. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Well, man, we've made some progress. So, see, when Monday morning comes around, Dion's been working for the weekend. I usually have a reaction by the time I'm up. And I reached out to Adams County, the county that I work with, and we're in a position where we can get things done because we're a new county. And I love them. I'm going to tout on them today. I usually don't do touting because, you know, God takes credit. But in this case, what these people are doing is different. They actually want to listen. And I had to make an amends. I did not handle it the best way. I'll admit. But this person's also a friend of mine, so you know, I can tend to be a little bit. I'm kind of an emotional dude, and I know that. And if you think I haven't started to cry in front of these people because of what we do hurts, now sure I have. They understand the pain because I brought it to them. And so my question to all of you is, you know, I think what I'm going to do is what's called Survey Monkey. I'm going to send it to people out in Colorado that are in recovery and ask them basic questions. But what I'd like to hear from everybody else is, what do you think some of those questions should be? You know, they've got to be good, pertinent questions, and it will be an anonymous survey. It'll be anonymous. Unless people want to recover out loud, I think that's okay too. So that kind of catches you up with where I'm at. I know people don't come here for that, but I know you're interested in what I do. Some of you are. So I let you know to a certain point. There's some information I'm privy to I'm not allowed to talk about yet. So I don't like that. I don't like keeping secrets. I like being transparent, but it's not my story to tell. Okay. I know about it, but it didn't involve me directly. So therefore it's not my story to tell, right? We call that anonymity. I can't tell somebody else's story. All right. Let's get to living amends and why they're so important. I love living amends. Living amends saved my butt. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion, and I work on a living amends. That's how I do it. Most of the people in my life. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. You know, the more comments I get, the more I go up in the blah, blah, blah. All right. Let's switch this over to chat and get started. When I got sober this time, you know, the first time I got sober, I didn't feel the amount, you know, I was 18 and I did not feel the guilt and shame that I would when I got sober at 45. It would be much different. And my sponsor at this time, he knew. And I was meeting with him and he knew how bad I felt. And he said, Dion, I know how bad you feel. And I know that you want to go in there and apologize to your wife and your family and your mom and everybody. Don't do it. You're going to fuck it up. You'll fuck it up. Don't do it. And he was right. He had me spot on, dead to rights. It was exactly what I was going to do. Beg for mercy. But I have to remember, I've been nothing but talk. I had been nothing but talk. You know, even though I swore I was going to quit, I meant it. I did. Every ounce of my freaking being, I meant it. But I couldn't follow through on it. And that is somebody who's been a drug and alcohol counselor who's I've won awards for prevention and blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't talk about a lot of that stuff because, I mean, it's part of who I am now. But I'm not a drug and alcohol counselor now because I don't have my certificate. So I don't want it. I love what I do. So I don't worry about that. Right? He said, so Dion, instead, right? And this is what I loved about my sponsor. He wouldn't just tell me no. He would tell me no and then give me a solution. Right? Because he was a solution-oriented person. So whenever, and that taught me something, when I say no, I provide a solution. Or I try and help and come up with one. You bet. He said, so what you will do instead is you're going to go in there. I got sober at 18. I had 12 years of sobriety and I relapsed at the age of 31. I came back at 45. So, sorry. I know it skips around a lot. I had 12 years of sobriety at one point. Yeah. I was a drug and alcohol counselor at the age of 20. Okay. At 19 and 20, I also was on a prevention team for the best youth team, prevention youth team, which the governor gave us the awards for. By the time I was 24, I was working at detox. I've worked treatment. I've done family counseling. Okay. And I've been on both sides most of my life. I've been going to therapy pretty much since I was 14 years old. Okay. But I have been around this program for about 35 years, you know, since I was 18. Yeah. And I actually have more recovery time put together than I do drinking time. Yeah. I have one more year of sobriety time combined than I do my drinking time. Now that doesn't zero me out. It just means I have more work to do. That's what that means. So time doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, it does, it's viable, but I can't use it as a success unless it's that day. Okay. I have a birthday in 28 days. I don't care. It isn't today. Actually, I did get a little excited. I only got excited because we're putting on we're doing a speaker meeting and stuff. So I'm all excited about that. Not for me, but because I'm speaking with my sponsor. Well, he's not my sponsor yet. I haven't done the homework. He assigned me. So he's not my sponsor yet. Let's be honest on that. He said, so what okay. Now that I've gone 4 more minutes without the answer. So he told me what you're going to do is you're going to go in there and you're going to clean the house. You're going to do the dishes. You're going to take the dog out. We're going to pick up the dog poop. And when you run out of things to do, you're going to go to your wife and say, what can I do to help out? And that's what I did. That was my living amends. And it worked. What it did is it kept me busy, right? Then what I was doing is at the end of the day, my sponsor had created success for me. That's what he did. My sponsor created success. So that I went to bed at the end of the night, I was able to do the 10-step and say, you know what? Yeah, I've been a horrible person, but I made some progress today. The house looks nice. And I kept it that way. And I still keep it that way. And I am not the head of household. My wife's head of household. She runs the house. Yeah. Hey, Chris. It's good to see you, brother. So, the living amends, right, was the first thing that I was really, it was the first action, real action that I was going to take towards my sobriety. See, steps 1, 2, and 3 provide no action. And I needed a little bit of action. Well, the action was doing what was expected of me, my chores. Said, you want to know how you can help people out, Dion? Take a shower. Shower every day. No one wants to smell your stinky ass. These are things my sponsor told me. Said, drink plenty of water. Drink plenty of water. Make sure you have sugar around, Dion. Right? Said, but what you're going to do is this. You're just going to become a better person each day. He said, if you do that, your life will be better. And he was right. He was right. What else did this start to take care of for me? My spiritual malady. What is step 3 about? Step 3 is about realizing that I'm a selfish motherfucker and I need to let it go. That I need to think of other people. That I need to think of other people. So, when I do a living amends, when I did that living amends in the very beginning, which was based on action. Oh, here was the other thing. This was the other thing. He tied one other thing to it. He said, once you are done with the kitchen, you are not to go to your wife and ask her permission on how great a job it was. Because I wanted to do that too. But my sponsor knew what I was going to do. He knew what I was going to do. Because he had been there before. Okay? He knew what step I was going to take next. He was like, no, you don't get credit for doing what you're supposed to, Dion. That's the point. What else did I learn? Let go and let God. This is on the very beginning of my living amends. Look what I'm learning. What else is attached to my living amends? Accountability. Dion, when you leave, you're going to tell people where you're going. Why? It's a normal people do that. Okay. To this day, my kids don't even know where I'm at, but they live with me. So I tell them, hey, I'm leaving. Do they tell me? No. Doesn't matter. I'm the one that needs to be accountable. And my kids need to know that if I'm gone for a certain amount of time, they may need to worry a little bit or find out where I'm at. Right? They won't do that, but my wife will. Be like, oh, Dad's doing something. Oh, you're on home. Right? Okay. Now the living amends doesn't end. It doesn't end. No. What does living amends do us for us after step 3? It becomes a way of life. Okay. It accounts for your 90 and 90. It accounts for you getting a sponsor. It accounts for you reading this book and starting the work. That is a living amends. Why? Because when you do that, you become a better person. Okay? And when you're somebody that is totally bankrupt, it's not hard to do because there's nothing left. So all you get to do is add on. I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry. Real quick, when was the last time anybody read Two Wives or Two Employers? Those are important chapters. Why are they important chapters? I'm just going to cover that real quick. Why are two wives and two employers? How do you think you're going to be a better employee? Okay. You need to know what you put other people through. Read that shit, man. Read Al-Anon stuff. Understand what we put people through. This will help you with your living amends. Have you recently worked with an alcoholic who is stubborn and will not fucking listen? There you go. Now you know what it's like. Now take that and fold it by 10 because these people love you. Because these people love you. Yeah. And you want them to see the way. Right? But I'm going to tell you, one recovery, if it's your child, it's different. It becomes different. It does. You know, when I was trying to help, notice I'm putting it in quotations. When I was trying to help my daughter, all I was trying to do was enforce my shit on her. Even though my stuff works, right? And it's AA, doesn't matter. I was still imposing. See how that doesn't work? I wasn't one alcoholic helping another. I had my own intentions. It won't work. It had to be somebody else. It couldn't be dad. I know, Chris, and it's hard to watch. I'm just going to be honest. It's hard to watch, man. Make my heart cry. Sometimes when I come on here and I do this stuff, I feel like I'm put on the spot and I can't fucking save everybody. I wish I could. You know, if I had the money of Elon Musk, none of us would have anything to fucking worry about. Because I would take care of everybody. I just wouldn't give a fuck. I would just do it. I would. It's how I am. Chris, I want you to know that there's a lot of people in this world that have appreciated everything that you've done for this world. Okay? And we appreciate it, man. And I love you a lot. And I wish I could make it go away. But all I can do is pray for the courage for you, man. That's all I can do. And yeah, it makes me feel powerless. It does. I don't like it when my friends hurt. Because I know how Chris feels. I'm going to do a reading. And we'll go ahead and wrap up. It's not just that, guys. I got to put my dog to sleep. So, a lot of emotional things going on. All right. No, I'm good. Thank you. March 18th. In the old days, we often had such devastating experiences that we fervently swore never again. Right? I'm never going to drink again. We were absolutely sincere in those moments of desperation. I was. You bet. I was desperate. I was going to detoxes begging for help. Begging for help. That's actually how I need to start my meeting with Adams County. That's exactly where I need to start it. Okay. Thank you, God, for giving me a starting place. We were absolutely sincere, yet despite our intentions, the outcome was inevitably the same. And it sucks, man. It's like an out-of-body experience. Okay? Where I'm walking into the liquor store and my mind is like, what the fuck are you doing? Or my gut is telling, my gut's going, no, 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 no. And my head's like, no, we're going to get alcohol. Just drowning out what my stomach is saying. And I do it. And I follow through. And then once that alcohol hits and Mr. Hyde comes in, I don't know what's going to happen. And that was the scariest thing in the world. Okay? I don't like physically fighting. I hate it because I black out and I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't like violence. I'm not big on it. Right? Eventually, the memory of our suffering faded, as did the memory of our pledge. So we did it again, ending up in even worse shape than we had last sworn off. Forever turned out to be only a week or a day or less. I don't know. I think I usually went about 20 minutes. That's about how long I could stave off alcohol. It wasn't very, it's like the moment I made that commitment, I wanted more. That's what my brain would do. No, Dion. Now we don't want 2, we want 12. Now there's not enough. My brain's, okay, suddenly there's not enough alcohol in this world for my satiable appetite for alcohol. I will drink in blackouts. Yes, when alcohol was gone, I wanted more, no matter how much I already had in me. It didn't matter, and that's the danger. That is the danger when you continue drinking in the blackout. I thank God every day that I did not kill someone. And I've met plenty of people. Chained to their bed in detox. Because they're not allowed to go anywhere because they're under arrest. Forever turned out to only be a week. In the program, we learned that we need only be concerned about today, this particular 24-hour period. Do I live my life just 24 hours at a time? That's a living amends. When you live your life in a 24-hour period, you become a better person. And anything that makes you become a better person applies to your living amends. Because living amends just means becoming a better person each day. And the only true amend is change. The only true amend is change, period. That's why the 9th step is the last of the working steps. Okay? And there's a reason why justice is the principle behind it. It's not forgiveness. Forgiveness was step 4. And you didn't forgive these people, you forgave yourself so that you could move on. You don't need the forgiveness of everybody else. It's already been done. Justice brings bringing into the light of day something that was wrong so you can fix it. That is justice. And when you do it yourself, it's intentional justice. And that's why other people will say, holy shit, if he can do it, then I want to do it too. Because look how happy that guy is. Look at his life and look what he's doing. So I want it too. And see what you're doing now? Now you're an example of what a human being should be. All because you decided to do the dishes. All because you decided, I am going to make some changes, little changes every day. Well, it's been a year now. I'm going to tell you, see, the little things kill. Okay? But the little things add up when they're good too. And it happens fast. Faster than you think it's going to. May the long-term requirements of such phrasing as never again, not on your life, forever. We can't have those phrases. Am I okay with the thought of never drinking again? Yes, right now. See, Chris did it too. He said, I don't want to drink today. Okay, he followed it up. He's like, oh, today, of course, right? Because tomorrow's not here. And he's remember, hey, that's right. We do this a day at a time. We do this a day at a time. When it is broken down into single days or even just parts of days, does not seem so impossibly long. May I awake each day with a goal set realistically at just 24 hours. Today, I'll remember 24 hours at a time. All right. I have to go think of a bunch of questions for stuff. So, I have a sponsor in 15 minutes. So I guess I'm not doing that. As I'm doing that after the 3 o'clock meeting. So thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I do. I love you all. Peace out and have a day.